Whoop, shies, we're back.
Hey, caught us talking about motorcycles.
Caught us talking about motorcycles.
They used to get me in trouble when I was in school.
Chopper Ross says 3. God, computers suck. Yes, Chopper Ross, they do. Okay, glad we can answer that question for you. It keeps bopping them off. Hey, the question that we had, this is from Big Daddy Crash. On my shovel tranny, are there supposed to be 2 studs in the holes by the swing arm? Got ones in the front, but not in the back. And the answer to that is yes. There's supposed to be 2 studs in the back and 2 studs in the front. That's how it bolts up to the primary.
Okay, Crash, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. I don't know what year vintage engine transmission combo we're talking about, but I'll tell you something that'll give you the answer to that question definitively, and you know exactly what you should have, and that is a manual.
Yeah, go down to if you can't afford one, go down to the dealer and get them to look through one and take a look at the transmission.
And if your dealer's worth a damn, the parts guys will be happy to do that for you. Point that out. And if you can't afford a Harley manual, there's nothing wrong with a Climber.
Right, and there were the progression of those older transmissions was the original 4-speed had no ears and no studs on it.
Right.
Okay, and would just bolt up to a tin primary with like 3 little screws or something. It wasn't very stable. And then the later 4-speeds,
it didn't even bolt up. The transmission didn't bolt to the tin pan. The tin pan bolted to the ears sticking down from the oil bag.
You're right.
And to a tab on the frame.
And that was it.
So
it wasn't very sealed up. Now then you got the 4-speed, which has 4 studs, 2 coming out of either side. So if you don't have the ones in the back, and I don't know if you don't just have the studs in the holes, and the holes are there. If the holes are there, just put studs in them, and you're set to jet. If you don't have ears on that back, that means somebody's knocked them off for some reason.
Right.
I don't know about bolting that up to a primary with just those 2 front ones. That might be a little dicey. But and then of course the later 5-speed has the same 4. They're not in the same place, but it has 4 too that hold it on there. Another question we had that's kind of interesting is, can you use Big Daddy Crash says, can you use a modern wiring harness on a shovel head? And let me tell you, the answer to that is yes, and I highly recommend it. You'll see a bike of mine that I'm going to show later on tonight called Frankenstein, and Frankenstein is a 77 FX frame. It's a pan shovel that has a standard stock Evo wiring harness put on it, and it worked out really well. The electrics work great. I used the old style hand controls on the newer harness. All works good. Just got to know which color wires to hook the other ones. You look at the ones and the wire says blue. It has a little blue tag on it. It's a little red. I got the ears there, just missing the stud, says Big Daddy Crash. The deal there is just put the studs in there, and you'll be set to jet. Somebody just pulled them out for some reason. Maybe they had bolts on them, they backed them out or something. Who knows why? Or they got rusty up. People do goofy shit with transmissions, man, endlessly. Endless nonsense with transmissions, And the less you mess with them, the better. Well, we got a whole bunch of folks in there. We got new people in there. Party's still there. Oh, Chopper Ross is in there 3 times. I guess he's having computer issues. That's why it looks like there's 900 people in the chat room.
All right.
Anyway, we're going to run that. As you know, we brought this out here. We brought this out. This is our new mascot. This is the fabulous.
Will you stop it? Oh, jeez.
The fabulous.
Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you, how much is a guy supposed to expect to put up with?
Listen, can you hear that out there in Radio Land?
Listen to Radio Land. This is not radio.
This is TV. Listen to that. You want to know something? That's plastic, is what that is.
That's cheesy, is what that is.
I believe this is a headlight off of a Honda Fury. I'm firmly convinced that if we went down to the Honda dealership and stuck this right next to there, it would be the Honda Fury headlight.
You think?
I think it is, man. I think somebody got a bunch of them, sold them on eBay. Speaking of eBay, the next guy we're going to talk about, the next bike we're going to show,
it won't sit like that.
It won't do nothing. No. Well, there it goes. That's happy. The next bike we're going to talk about.
Get that thing hot.
Yeah. Well, plastic lasts longer than metal,
and it's lighter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Increases your power to weight.
Increases your power to weight ratio. Listen, the other deal is, as you guys know, Iron Horse choppers went out of business. Iron Horse was
no.
Yeah, I know they did, and a lot of folks walked in and got super good deals on parts and stuff. Chopper Ross, who we're going to be showing his bike in just a minute, is Big Hubless's brother, and apparently got a smoking deal.
That just dazzles me. Big Hubless's brother.
Yeah.
Is this your little brother? I mean, are we talking? I
don't know. I don't know what their age. I mean, we don't have any picture. Anyway,
I'd love to find out, because this guy has got to be a piece of work if he's following in Hubless's footsteps.
No, he's never built a bike before. Okay, listen to this. Okay, here we go. This is from Chopper Ross. This is in his own words. Okay,
all right, let's go.
I am a new home salesman, not a mechanic or a motorhead. I do have the luxury to have a brother that is both. Big Hubless. This is the first bike I have ever built by myself without major help from him. I've had dirt bikes and a crotch rocket when I was young, but wanted something that was a little more my age. I've had the opportunity of a lifetime since I lived near Fort Worth when American Iron Horse, American Iron Horse filed for bankruptcy and had to liquidate. Most items I purchased from AIH, the rest from eBay and online. To date, I have $5,000 into the bike, and I'm still pretty much building a 2008 Texas Chopper. Now, you like the Texas Chopper, man.
Up to a point. Now, I compared it with another one, and it paled.
What was the other one?
Compared to the other one.
What was the other one you compared it to?
Big Dog.
Big Dog. You like the Big Dog better than
I like the Big Dog better.
Really?
And basically for one reason.
Why?
The frame.
Well, I recall when we were in Sturgis one year, and those Texas choppers, the Tejas choppers, had just come out, and you were drooling pretty heavily over that bike, man. You liked that. It had a nice thing on. The thing that's amazing to me is that how many of those bikes were there at that year at Sturgis? Yeah. As I recall, there was a parking lot full of brand new Iron Horse choppers.
Well,
man.
and it ended up same thing. Big Dog was right across the street.
Yeah,
and remember, Big Dog had the Stars and Stripes bike there.
That's right.
And that's the one that I wanted to buy that motorcycle and ride it home. I wanted that motorcycle so bad I could taste it.
It's funny when you see one of those at someplace like Sturgis, and you're like, I love this. But you rode out there and you don't have any money. And
I didn't have enough money to buy a damn engine taco on Main Street in Lozelle, let alone a damn motorcycle.
Well, now that they're $12 a pop.
Honest to God.
I still plan on adding a different tank from Vision Tanks that will give the bike a little more of a pro street look. You have seen my brother's bike, Big Hubless. Yes, I don't have the skills or the patience he has, but he has always been that way. Every gift I ever got in his life, he had to completely take apart and attempt to put back together.
Good man.
Most of the time, he was successful. Still about 2 or 3 months away from completion. Love the show. Let's run that 4-minute motorcycle open and get on with Chopper Ross's bike.
It's time to check out